Nigeria is a population of, over 200 million people. Only a very, very select few have access to life-saving surgeries.
You can't talk to anybody in Nigeria who wouldn't have a personal story of somebody went to a hospital or didn't go to the hospital or got the wrong medication or whatever the case is, got the wrong surgery, didn't get any surgery, and they died, an untimely death. And so I would like to see that change, because after all, any nation that does not spend money on health, any nation that is not healthy is a nation that is not going to do well into the future. I mean, you can't compete with the rest of the world when majority of your young people are bearing the burden of disease.
The burden of cardiovascular diseases is so high in Nigeria. The burden is alarming. When you talk about, especially in children that require open heart surgery, it's actually increasing every day.
What I've seen that is the biggest limitation to improving healthcare within Nigeria is the lack of funding for the system.
What people pay millions of dollars, millions to go and do in India, America, is just being done in a small village called Orafite, through the partnership between VOOM Foundation and Sir Emeka Okwuosa Foundation.
When I met Sir Emeka Okwuosa, it was obvious to me that the man had been very interested, in caring for humanity, not just people from his hometown, but Nigeria at large.
We want to do everything pertaining to healthcare, but since there was no open heart surgery in Nigeria, that's where we thought we would start.
The truth is, heart disease is the #1 killer disease in the whole of the world, not just in Nigeria. But in Nigeria, it's really a prevalent problem. People are suffering far and wide. They are in so many places, but they don't know where to go to. And we are a handful of few of us who are pretty much lucky to end up in this particular dispensation and in this institution that is willing to give back to them. And fortunately for us, we are here to help them, regain back that which they have lost, which is good health.
The goal is to be able to help as many people as possible.
This particular mission we had, just this one, we had over 130 children with congenital heart disease that came, and we couldn't do much.
If we'll be able to get more partnership, more sponsorship from other persons, we can increase that number. Imagine having 26 open heart surgeries plus other CAT interventions in 3 weeks. Then we'll be able to bring everybody on board and be able to treat all. And Nigeria will be free of cardiovascular problems.
I think the more hands that they have, then the more lives they'll be able to save. Because even the fact that we're here just cheering them, holding their hands, goes a long way. You don't have to be a doctor or a nurse to be able to help.
One particular thing we should all think about is the involvement of everybody. Governments, NGOs, individuals, everybody should be involved. Because when you are trying to make a difference, it's about bettering the society better than the way you met it. And if you want to do that, it means getting involved. And getting involved, it's not one particular person, it's everybody.
The greatest thing that is making the system to fail so much is non-availability of things to work with. People are struggling to work. People are just improvising for every damn thing. So if the government can help us to make things available, and we also as health workers will embrace change and ready to accept change and improve.
With every surgical mission, an entire team is brought from the US and is paired with a local counterpart. So all the way from the cardiothoracic surgeons, the perfusionists, the ICU nurses, respiratory therapy, there's a Nigerian counterpart. And so that knowledge can be transferred from one to the other.
I've learned how to manage a patient with IABP. We call it intra-aortic balloon pump. Then I have also learned how to improve my skills in so many of my nursing care.
I came here as a novice. Everything I know, I got it from here. Seriously, they've widened my scope of knowledge.
I've dedicated my entire nursing life caring for sick kids with cardiac disease, and it was truly a blessing being able to join the VOOM Foundation to take care of the kids of Nigeria.
Patients who come in here, you listen to their chests and you hear chaotic heart sounds, children who are failing to thrive, barely the weight they should gain at the particular age that they are, and then boom, you repair their hearts, their appetites is back, and you just know that these children are back on the road to growing and being everything they were supposed to be.
You know what it means, cutting someone's chest and seeing them walk around thereafter is really a big miracle.
Like today too, we saw those that were operated last year that came to say hello, and you see them adding weight so much and happy, their energy level has improved, they have a lot of testimony to give. So it's something that makes one very, very happy, and it's so rewarding. And I must thank the management, especially the chairman, Sir Emeka Okwuosa, who was able to organize these things, and set up this kind of place. It's awesome, and may God continue to bless him in Jesus' name.
It's amazing that the world doesn't know what he's doing here. When I spoke with him, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe that, there are still Nigerians like this, that will give everything, give up, spend so much of their money, their time, just to help another person. The amount of lives that they've saved, I had no idea the magnitude of what the man was doing until I got here.